Meghan and Harry's new podcast will have surprise Piers Morgan as a guest. Meghan's long-awaited podcast will land on Spotify this summer. In a poll that ran from 10 a.m. on Friday, the 18th of March, to 8 a.m. on Monday, the 21st of March, asked, "Will you listen to Meghan's new Spotify podcast?" The poll gathered a huge response, with 21,035 people casting their vote, and hundreds of comments left below the accompanying article. Overwhelmingly, voters said no, they won't be listening, with 98%, 20,699, choosing that option. Just 1%, 285 people, said yes, they'd listen, and 51 people said they weren't sure if they'd listen or not. In the comments left below the poll, readers mostly said they just didn't feel like the podcast interested them. Username Dookie wrote, "Listen? You must be joking, the majority of us don't even read the articles about them." And username Norman Gast wrote, "No, I will not be watching, reading or listening to this new venture of hers, whatever it is." Others, however, said they'd listen if some key guests were brought on. Like username Luella7, who said they'd listen only if Piers Morgan is a guest. Piers Morgan, the former Good Morning Britain host who was forced to leave his role after he made derogatory remarks about Meghan's mental health, has been embroiled in a long-running feud with the Duchess for years. Ahead of his new show on Talk TV in February, Piers invited Meghan to be his first guest. He said, "If Meghan's watching, I'm sure she is. If you want to be my first guest, we have a bit of unfinished business. I'm available." The Duchess didn't publicly respond to the call, but it is highly unlikely she would agree or that she would ever invite him on her podcast as a guest. After Meghan told Oprah in a tell-all interview last year that she had been having suicidal thoughts, Piers said he didn't believe a word she said. The comments led to a huge outcry, with Meghan herself filing one of the 54,000 complaints to broadcasting watchdog Ofcom. Ofcom cleared Piers in September last year, ruling that the host had been sharing his opinion and was entitled to do so. Little is known about what Meghan's long-awaited podcast will contain. A spokesperson for Markle Audio, the branch of Meghan and Prince Harry's Markle Foundation that will produce the podcast, said the Duchess was committed to taking steps to combat the spread of misinformation on Spotify. This comes after Meghan expressed her concerns to the company's executives over infamous podcaster Joe Rogan's false claims regarding COVID vaccines. However, the spokesperson added that Markle has been encouraged by ongoing conversations with senior leadership and is working towards policies, practices and strategies meant to raise creator awareness, minimize the spread of misinformation and support transparency. The deal with Spotify, first signed in 2020, is reported to have landed the royals an estimated $25 million. Over the course of the last year, Meghan and Harry only released one episode of the podcast. As part of that contract, a 33-minute holiday special in December 2020, featuring their son Archie's first public words, and cameos from a wide array of celebrities including Sir Elton John and James Corden. At the time of the podcast's release, the first complete series was widely expected to be released in 2021, but production was beset by delays. In January this year, however, Spotify reportedly began hiring additional producers to work exclusively with Markle Audio. A source told the Daily Mail that Spotify was taking production into its own hands, increasing its focus on the royal couple's upcoming projects, and advertising for in-house staff to cover every step of the production process. Meghan is already making plans for this summer, and they are definitely exciting. The Duchess of Sussex has announced that her Spotify podcast will finally debut in the summer, 18 months after announcing the multi-million deal with Spotify. The Duke and Duchess Markle Foundation confirmed the news via a statement, which read, "As we all continue to tackle the misinformation era, Markle Audio has found it important to work with our partners at Spotify to ensure that the digital technologies so many of us use every day are rooted in strong principles of trust and safety." It continued, "We are encouraged by ongoing conversations we've had with Spotify on this shared goal, and have been working closely with their team as well as their senior leadership towards policies, practices, and strategies meant to raise creator awareness, minimize the spread of misinformation, and support transparency. As we move forward at Markle Audio, We too are eager to be responsible stewards of an audio landscape that is well resourced with quality, fact-based information, particularly when it comes to public health. The confirmation comes 2 months after Meghan and Prince Harry revealed their concern about pandemic misinformation on Spotify amid growing outcry over Joe Rogan's show. The couple, who currently live in Montecito, first announced the launch of the podcast in December 2020. In that same month, they launched a holiday special that adorably featured their son Archie. Thank you for watching. If you like our video, would you please help us like, share and subscribe our channel. Wish you happy to see our videos. Thank you very much.